Before life changes, your intuition whispers. Chosen one? You didn't click on this message by accident. Something pulled you here, quietly, insistently, like a gentle hand on your shoulder guiding you toward a truth you've been sensing but couldn't name. There's a shift in the air around you, a pressure in the unseen, a trembling in the spiritual atmosphere that's been following you for weeks, maybe months. And deep down, you already know it. Something big is coming, not imagined, not emotional, not random, guided, timed, set in motion long before you even realized you were walking toward it. Because that feeling you can't explain, the restlessness, the heaviness, the sudden clarity, the strange signs, the dreams, the distance from people you once felt close to, it's not confusion, it's guidance. Your spirit senses the earthquake long before the ground moves. Your intuition hears the announcement before the world catches up. And the reason you're feeling it so strongly now is because heaven has already shifted something with your name on it. You've been carrying questions in silence. You've been waking up with a weight you can't describe. You've been facing battles no one knows about. Battles in your mind, in your heart, in the lonely spaces where no one sees the war you're fighting. You've been breaking old identities, shedding old versions of yourself, walking through shadows you no longer belong to. And every step you've taken, even the painful ones, has been leading you to this moment, this message. And chosen one, before we go deeper, pause for a moment, hit subscribe, and comment, "I received this," if your spirit is already responding. Because this message is about to speak directly to you, not as entertainment, not as motivation, but as confirmation. Because the truth is, you're not feeling a shift. You're being summoned by it. Something in the divine realm has already changed, and your soul is picking up the vibration. This is alignment. This is timing. This is destiny tapping you on the shoulder, saying, "Prepare, chosen one." What you're about to hear is the reason your intuition has been whispering, the reason your heart has been stirring, the reason your spirit refuses to stay still. A revelation is approaching you, and it's closer than you think. Chosen one of the first signs that a major shift is approaching is the way your intuition begins to speak louder than your logic. It does not shout, it does not force. It whispers in a language only your soul can hear, a language made of sensations, symbols, feelings, and sudden knowing. And if you've been feeling that quiet pull, that subtle tightening in your chest, that strange sense of something is off, then this part of the message is reaching directly into your spiritual bloodstream. There are moments when you walk into a room and your energy pulls back before your body does. You may not understand why, you may not have evidence, but something in you knows. Have you ever felt your spirit flinch even when everyone around you looks calm? Have you ever paused mid-conversation because the energy didn't match the words being spoken? These are not random. These are not emotional overreactions. These are intuitive warnings. Tiny alarms placed inside you by something higher, something older than your conscious mind. Recognizing these signals is one of the most powerful spiritual skills you will ever develop. Your intuition is like a guardian standing at the gate of your destiny, gently nudging you away from what drains you and guiding you toward what aligns with you. Sometimes it arrives as a restless night before a big decision. Sometimes it appears as a heaviness when you think of staying where you no longer belong. And sometimes it's just a quiet inner voice whispering, "This isn't right," and you know it. Chosen one, how many times in your life have you felt these warnings and ignored them because you didn't want to inconvenience anyone? How many times did you downplay your own knowing because you wanted to believe in someone's potential rather than their patterns? This is where the real transformation begins. When you decide to trust your intuition, even without justification, without proof, without explanation. These warnings are divine markers, gentle redirections from the universe trying to protect you from detours that would delay your purpose. They aren't here to scare you. They're here to guide you. They're here to whisper, "You are getting close to something big. Don't get pulled backward." As you step into the next season of your life, your intuitive senses will sharpen. The whispers will grow clearer. The internal guidance will feel stronger. And the more you honor these signs, the more aligned your path becomes. So let me ask you, are you ready to listen to the voice within? Are you ready to trust those quiet sensations that have been trying to protect you all along? Because, chosen one, your intuition isn't just warning you, it's preparing you for what's coming next. Chosen one, before manifestation arrives in your physical world, it first begins as a shift in the unseen, a subtle vibration, a quiet rearranging of energy around you. And if you've been feeling that strange heaviness, that unexplained pressure in the atmosphere, that sudden stillness that makes you pause mid-thought, it's not your imagination. It's the universe adjusting the frequency of your life. It's the spiritual world preparing a space for what's about to enter. There are moments when everything feels strangely quiet, as if time itself is holding its breath. You might notice that familiar routines feel different, conversations feel deeper, and your surroundings feel charged with something you can't name yet. Have you felt that lately? That soft tension in the air? Not negative, but powerful, almost electric? This is what happens when a blessing begins to approach your timeline. Energetic shifts always arrive before physical manifestations, and your soul senses the arrival long before your eyes recognize it. Sometimes this shift feels like a sudden wave of exhaustion, not the tiredness of the body, but a spiritual fatigue, as if your soul is clearing old energy to make room for something higher. You may feel unusually sensitive, hyper-aware of people's intentions, or disinterested in things that once held your attention. You might even feel disconnected for a moment, like you're floating between who you were and who you're becoming. Chosen one, have you been experiencing this strange in-between feeling? That quiet sense of being almost ready, even if you don't know for what? This is alignment happening behind the scenes. It's the universe rearranging your path, shifting people in or out, adjusting situations, and positioning opportunities so that everything meets you at the right moment. But during this process, your spirit picks up on the movement. That's why you feel restless. That's why you feel stirred. That's why you feel like something is about to happen, even if your physical life hasn't changed yet. The discomfort you feel is not punishment, it is preparation. The confusion is not a sign of being lost, it is a sign that you are being recalibrated. And the stillness you sense is not emptiness, it is the silence before divine arrival. Just like the earth shifts before a seed breaks open, your energy shifts before your miracle emerges. So let me ask you, chosen one, can you feel this rising? Can you feel this pressure building in the atmosphere around you? Can you sense how different you become compared to just a few months ago? These are not coincidences. These are indicators that manifestation is near. Your spirit knows, your body knows, the world around you knows. The key is to trust the process, even when the process feels mysterious. Trust the discomfort because it's clearing what no longer matches your frequency. Trust the stillness because it's preparing the stage for what's coming. Trust yourself because you're not imagining the shift. You're responding to it. And chosen one, what's trying to take form in your life is closer than you think. Chosen one, your soul has been preparing you long before your mind understood what was happening. Beneath every moment of doubt, beneath every season of heaviness, beneath every quiet ache you carried alone, something deeper has been unfolding inside you. Your soul has been reshaping itself, refining itself, clearing space for a destiny you have not yet fully stepped into. And even though the process may have felt confusing, lonely, or overwhelming at times, it has never been random. It has been divine preparation. There are seasons when your outer life seems still, but your inner world feels like a storm of transformation. Have you felt that? That slow, almost invisible shift happening beneath your emotions? Like something within you is rearranging its own architecture? You may not be able to explain it, but you can feel it. You can sense that your old ways of thinking no longer fit. Your old desires no longer satisfy, and your old patterns no longer comfort you. This is not you failing. This is your soul outgrowing what once felt safe. Your soul prepares you by softening the parts of you that were once hardened by experience. It polishes your edges through the challenges you endure, the heartbreaks that cracked you open, the endings that forced you to release what you weren't ready to let go of. Even the situations that made you question yourself were quietly shaping you into someone more aligned, more awake, more capable of carrying what is meant for you. Chosen one, have you noticed how certain things that once triggered you no longer hold the same power? That too is preparation. Sometimes the preparation feels like hollowing out, a quiet emptiness, a sense that something is missing or shifting. But that space you feel is not a loss. It is room being made for new light to enter. Your soul clears out old wounds, outdated beliefs, and emotional weights so that you can hold the next chapter without collapsing under its magnitude. It is making you spacious enough to receive what is coming. And chosen one, let's be honest, the preparation isn't always gentle. There are nights when it feels like unraveling, days when it feels like you're being stretched beyond your capacity, moments when you question why everything feels so intense. But if you look closely, you'll realize something important. Every time you felt like you were breaking, you were actually becoming. Every time you felt lost, you were being redirected. Every moment of pressure was carving you into a shape that destiny could recognize. So let me ask you, have you felt this internal shift, this sacred restlessness, this quiet transformation humming beneath your daily life? Have you felt yourself shedding old versions without even trying? That feeling is your soul saying, prepare. Something is coming, something meant for you. Your soul knows the timing before you do. It knows the blessings approaching. It knows the future version of you that is waiting to emerge. And right now, chosen one, every piece of your inner world is being aligned to match the magnitude of what's on its way. You are not unraveling, you are being prepared. Chosen one, every great transformation requires a moment where you loosen your grip on what once felt familiar. Letting go is not a sign of weakness. It is the quiet courage to acknowledge that some chapters have completed their purpose in your story. And even though releasing the old can feel like tearing away pieces of yourself, it is actually your spirit making space for what will elevate you. You cannot step into what is next while holding the weight of what has already been lived. This is the sacred threshold where the past bows and the future calls your name. There are identities you carried because life demanded them. The caretaker, the fighter, the one who never complains, the one who always stays strong. But chosen one, have you noticed that these identities no longer align with the person you are becoming? They were armor, not essence. They protected you, but they cannot guide you into your next season. Letting them go is not abandonment, it is evolution. It is you recognizing that your soul no longer resonates with roles built from survival instead of purpose. Releasing relationships is often the hardest part. There are people you love deeply, people you prayed for, people you tried to understand even when it cost you pieces of your own peace. But some connections are not meant to travel with you into the next timeline. Not because they are bad, but because their chapter in your life has reached its natural ending. And chosen one, have you felt that lately? A subtle distancing, a soft fading, a quiet knowing that certain energies are no longer aligned with your spirit? Letting go of expectations is another kind of liberation. The expectations you placed on yourself, the expectations others placed on you, the expectations shaped by fear, by doubt, by old wounds that convinced you to shrink. Every time you release an expectation that no longer fits, you reclaim a piece of your true self, the self that longs for expansion, not limitation. And yes, the process of letting go can feel like mourning. It's natural to grieve the version of yourself that helped you survive. It's natural to feel sadness for the relationships that once felt like home. It's natural to miss the comfort of what you've outgrown, even if it was never truly meant for you. Mourning is not a step backward. It's a sacred acknowledgement of everything that shaped you. But chosen one, once you honor what was, you must also turn toward what is being born. Have you felt the light pulling you forward? The gentle something more whispering in the background of your life? That sensation is your spirit recognizing that what lies ahead is greater than anything behind you. You are not letting go to lose. You are letting go to rise. You are releasing old weight so new blessings can land without obstruction. Letting go is not forgetting the past. It is thanking it, learning from it, and then choosing not to carry it anymore. And as you release, you step into alignment with the version of you the universe has been preparing all along. Chosen one, your hands are meant to hold something new. Let them open. Chosen one, there comes a moment in every awakening when the road ahead is no longer clear, when the path that once felt solid begins to dissolve into mist. You stand at the edge of what you have known, staring into a horizon you cannot fully see, and something inside you trembles. Not because you are weak, but because your soul understands that this is the beginning of a new chapter. Walking into the unknown is the doorway through which every destiny must pass. And right now you are standing at that doorway. You may feel uncertainty rising in your chest. You may feel your mind searching for answers, for clarity, for some kind of guarantee that everything will work out. But chosen one, have you noticed that even with that uncertainty, something in you refuses to turn back? Something in you keeps whispering, keep going. That whisper is your future calling you forward. That whisper is the divine hand guiding you toward a version of yourself you have not yet met, but are already becoming. Walking into the unknown requires a special kind of courage. The courage to trust what you cannot yet see. The courage to believe that the universe is arranging a path beneath your feet with every step you take. And even though your human eyes see nothing but fog, your spirit senses the hidden sun waiting ahead. You are not stepping into emptiness, you are stepping into alignment. You are not stepping into danger, you are stepping into destiny. Think about how many times in your life you stood in a place like this before. A place where nothing made sense, where the old had fallen apart, but the new had not revealed itself yet. And yet you survived, you grew, you rose. So let me ask you, what makes you think this time will be any different? What if the uncertainty you feel right now is simply the universe clearing the noise so you can hear your true direction? As you walk this unfamiliar path, your doubts may try to pull you backward. Fear may whisper its old stories. But chosen one, you have outgrown the frequency of fear. You have outgrown the version of yourself that needed certainty before taking a step. You are learning the rhythm of trust. Trust in divine timing, trust in your inner compass. Trust in the unseen forces aligning everything for your highest good. The unknown is not your enemy, it is your initiation. It is where the universe hides your blessings until your spirit is strong enough to hold them. Every step you take without knowing the outcome teaches you to rely on intuition rather than expectation, on faith rather than fear, on inner clarity rather than external validation. And yes, the road may feel unlit right now, but that is because you are becoming the light. Each forward step, each moment of surrender, each breath of courage brightens the landscape in front of you. The more you walk, the clearer the path becomes. So chosen one, will you trust this moment? Will you trust yourself enough to walk forward even if you can't yet see where the path leads? Because the truth is, the unknown you fear is the destiny you asked for. And with every step you take, you are moving closer to the life that was written for you long before you knew how to dream it. Chosen one, there comes a moment in your journey when everything that once felt scattered, confusing, or painfully disconnected begins to form a pattern. A moment when you look back and realize that nothing, not the heartbreaks, not the delays, not the detours, was ever wasted. Each experience was a thread, each lesson a color, each challenge a stroke on the canvas of your destiny. And now slowly, quietly, almost imperceptibly, those threads are weaving themselves together. Alignment is unfolding in your life, even if you can only feel it in your spirit before you see it with your eyes. Have you noticed how certain things that once felt random suddenly make sense? How the right people start appearing at the exact moment you need them? How opportunities seem to surface from nowhere, as if responding to a shift happening within you? This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is divine orchestration. The universe pulling together everything you've been preparing for. Alignment means the external world is beginning to match the internal world you've been cultivating. Think about the passions that have been unfolding in your heart, the small sparks of inspiration that refuse to fade, the ideas that return to you even when you try to silence them. Those passions were planted inside you for a reason, and now they're aligning with the opportunities meant to activate them. Think about your pain, the wounds that shaped your depth, the battles that strengthened your character, the moments that forced you to grow. Even your pain is aligning with purpose. Chosen one, does it make sense now why you survived things that would have broken others? Why you carried lessons others never noticed? Alignment is the moment when divine timing, intuitive readiness, and external opportunity meet. It's when you begin to feel like your steps are guided, like doors open without force, like conversations happen at just the right time. There's a softness to this season, a gentle confirmation in your spirit saying, this is the direction. Can you feel that? That subtle yes from the universe? That inner nod that tells you you're not wandering, you're being led? As alignment unfolds, you'll notice yourself drawn toward things that resonate with your higher self and repelled by anything that drains your soul. You'll find clarity where there was once confusion. You'll discover strength where there was once doubt. You'll begin to trust yourself in ways you never could before. This is because your spirit is syncing with the path designed for you. When alignment is present, even challenges begin to feel purposeful rather than punishing. Chosen one, alignment doesn't mean everything is perfect. It means everything is positioned. The timing, the connections, the breakthroughs, the shifts, they're not random currents. They are divine coordinates lining up in your favor. You are not waiting for your moment anymore. You are walking into it. So let me ask you, can you sense the pieces moving? Can you feel how close you are to a breakthrough that once felt impossible? Can you feel destiny rearranging itself around you, making room for the version of you that's emerging? Because right now, in this very season, your life is quietly clicking into place. Your path is straightening, your purpose is activating. Your spirit is aligning with a future that has always been yours. Chosen one, your moment is not coming. Your moment is here.